Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with daily crypto news and analysis, and today we're going to be talking about XRP and also XLM. Most people look at these two assets as Cain and Abel, where one's trying to kill the other and whatever, but that is not the case, right? In fact, when we're talking about XRP and XLM, I think that these two will prosper greatly together. I think that these are like peanut butter and jelly. They go perfectly together because they do follow each other fairly similar. And we look back on the patterns, and they both have pretty much moved at a very significant point, almost to the T, in comparison to one another. So, when we're talking about what's about to happen in this month, we obviously have to watch XRP and XLM very closely. XRP has been moving around a little bit, pumping up to $1.21. Actually almost hit $1.25 exact today. We are up about 13.71% on the 7-day span, and if we look at XLM, we're only up about 10.47%. Nothing too crazy there, but I do think that we're going to play catch up a little bit more and pretty much move higher up to really kind of regain some more traction. And I think XRP is pretty much destined to hit its all-time high very soon, and we're going to be talking about that in regards to XRP and also XLM kind of moving together in a cohesive fashion. So, without further ado, before I fully jump forward on in this video, I do want to quickly address my website, NCashOfficial.com. If you guys are looking for my personal trading strategies, my exit strategies, all that kind of stuff, you guys can find that on my website, NCashOfficial.com. The best value for your dollar is the Ultimate Crusader Trading Bundle Pack, which includes every single product on the site right now, as well as all featured products for free. So definitely look into that if you guys are interested. But also, if you guys are, interested in daily crypto news and analysis, definitely hit that like button, subscribe, and turn notifications on, as it does greatly help the channel grow. Now, I do want to talk to you guys about XLM. So first and foremost, we look back on the 2018 time frame. First off, we look at the past patterns. First off, we look and address the 2017 pump, where we hit some nice support. In fact, we almost retested that point exactly here, talking about the 20th and the 27th of September, because this is the 1-week chart. Now, the best part about this is in regards to XLM, when we moved higher on the past patterns, going all the way back to around the 5th of April, and we broke out of this wedge going all the way back to major resistance of April of 2018, and pretty much when we jumped out of that back in January, we made that all-time high. But once we broke out of that as well this year, we actually jumped almost up to 80 cents exact. So overall, when we're talking about what's about to happen, we have some major resistance up there to break. We need to break about 46 cents to really kind of go much, much higher. And in fact, that 46 centile range is actually also a big key for HBAR if you guys are in HBAR. But right now, there is quite a bit of resistance to make up, and we also have to find a lot more support at our current level. We have been seeing some volatile price action. We also have been seeing some great updates on the ecosystem for XLM and Stellar, so I don't think that that's going to be a problem. Now, of course, we're talking about the past all-time high, which this month is actually a fairly huge month for XLM. For anybody who wants to pretty much position yourselves now before we do move much, much higher, maybe wait for some volatile price action to play out today, because I do think that Bitcoin looks fairly weak, but it is what it is. You guys could obviously DCA, but if we look back on the pattern, November 13th, the week of November 13th was a little bullish, but obviously on the 20th is when we really started our major move. By the end of November, we were at some very high grade targets, and we started to make that move to the all-time high in December as well. So this month, as well as December and a little bit of January, I'm still expecting some very volatile, or not volatile, bullish price action for XLM as well as XRP. In fact, let's jump over to the XRP price chart and look at this. So again, same base point, except a little bit different. On XLM, we've seen those major retests of the support points. In fact, if we look back here and look at where we retested perfectly back in July, so let's go to the major support, we actually see this being major resistance going back to 2018 in September. Pretty interesting to say the least. Now, we will also look and address the major resistance points going back to the 26th of February before it really kind of just dipped down in the bear market. Now, this line here is where we kind of retested back on the 25th. We broke down a little bit below it. It wasn't anything too significant. technically speaking, we could say that we retested this point back here on the 23rd of April in 2018. It's almost like a pretty much exact test of 96.8. So that's pretty interesting. Now, in terms of where we need to retest for, major resistance, well, we look back here and we go to $1.30, which is where a lot of resistance lies on XRP. That is my main target point there, and I do think that once we break out of the $1.25 point, we'll be ready to retest that zone. If we could retest that and break above it, we will test much higher at $1.50 to $2 plus, and I do expect us to hit that all-time high sooner than most people actually expect. Now, the best part about that is that XLM will follow. Now, from our current point to the all-time high, so let's just go here. I actually want to put this at $3.84 because $3.84 is our actual all-time high on most exchanges, I should say. So I'm going off of that fractal level at the current point for anybody who is unaware of that, and I just want to quickly address that. So from our current point all the way to the all-time high, it is roughly about 218%. I still think that XLM will most likely follow through. With that, if we do follow through on the current level, it's actually a little bit higher than the XLM all-time high, but we won't do the same fractal percent. Just to show you guys, in most points, going back to the XRP price chart in 2018, the percents are different because of the price difference. But I do want to quickly address that if we do a 218% run on XRP, we could pretty much expect a little bit, over half of that, so probably about a 70% run. But it doesn't matter because all-time high from our current point to, right now, the 93 centile range is roughly about 144.67%. Now, say for so we do follow through with this percent fractal to the T, which I don't think that we will. I think that this is more so realistic. But if we do a 218% run, our point would be at about $1.21. Which I'm not looking at exactly being the target point. In fact, I do think that it's pretty much the same key fractal level here, which obviously will lead us to this point back here in January. Now, you might be wondering, well, is that the topping point? No, absolutely not. In fact, a lot of people are saying XRP could go to much higher price targets. In fact, I've always said, XRP will most likely top out around the $10 to $15 range. I know a lot of people say 10 to 13, but just so you guys know, if we do a run to about $10, if I can get this almost exact, it's about 732%. Most of the times, in terms of fractal percentages, XLM kind of lags behind, so it's not going to do the exact same percentage run. But say for so, if we did do about a 732% run, we would be looking at a rough price target of, 732. We could try to get 732, but all right, so it's not going to work out as well. There we go. We'll just look at it like that. So again, this is around that $3.16 range, or $3.16 range. Overall, I think that this is a good basis point for us. I think that it plays a part into my $3 to $6 range on XLM as well. And overall, my main target points for XLM this bull run were about $5 to $10 if we could see a $15 range target on XRP, or a $15 to $25 range on XRP, which I think is still logical or realistic, but it's a little bit less realistic than the main focus point, which I'm trying to be conservative so that nobody really kind of misses out on some major profit takes. But if we do 1100% of an increase in price, look at where we are in terms of that nice percentage run. This will put us at around this point here at about $4.75. To really kind of get to that $5 range, we would have to see that nice $25 range on XRP, because we will follow through on the pattern pretty much perfectly, especially if you compare the two charts. Just for anybody who is confused on why I think that these two run together, well, look at the past patterns on XRP and XLM. So XLM is the orange line here, and check out pretty much every movement. Even on the moves down on XRP, we have moved down significantly within XLM. And right now, we're kind of doing the same thing that XRP is doing on the XLM price chart, but it's not as significant in terms of that percentage move. Right now, actually, XLM is outperforming XRP, 24,294% to 18,306%. but that is overall because of the difference in price. XRP is currently sitting at about, $1.20, and XLM is sitting at roughly about what, 37, almost 38 cents exact. But these will move almost cohesively together at the same points. In fact, XLM actually moves a little bit faster than XRP. It breaks out earlier than XRP. So technically, for anybody who is in XLM and XRP, expect XLM to move a little bit sooner than XRP, but I'm still very bullish on both of these assets, and I'm not saying that one's better than the other at all, but that's not the case here. I just think that when we're looking at the charts, a lot of people are also talking about XRP pretty much jumping out of this base point. A lot of people are saying, anyone else feel the XRP rocket launch shaking, right? It's because we are starting to break above these major points, going all the way back to about the 2018 timeframe levels in February, and that is a big key aspect to really kind of jump ahead of. Also, it is the idea that we are pretty much moving ahead of the schedule for a lot of the movements here. In terms of the percentage moves or the target points that I've always been looking at, my main focus point was getting over that $1.15. That $1.15 was a very hard price point to actually break. Technically, it's $1.13.6, but it doesn't matter, right? Because that is the main focus point here in terms of us actually getting to the upside. We hit some resistance at about the $1.25 range, which was expected. Like I said, we really needed to break over and hold support there. We couldn't really find that, but it doesn't matter because at the end of the day, during this bull run alone, like I said, a lot of people are also seeing it too, with other assets like Mana jumping out of their channels and really kind of going into a massive parabolic move. XRP will do the same thing. In fact, we also see here from Credible, this goes back to August. This is where that wave 5 really kind of breaks or kicks in, where we do break out of that all-time high and go into that parabolic move. There's only a little bit of time left until this actually happens. I know a lot of people are waiting forever. They think that, when is this going to happen? When, this is never going to happen. We've been waiting for years. It's never going to happen, blah, 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 blah. A lot of people are looking at it in a terrible fashion. Look at a lot of these other assets. A lot of these other assets are doing their wave 5 moves. Mana also did its wave 5 move. Here you guys go, right? This massive wave 5. That is what we are expecting for XRP as well. Now, this is not going to top us out either. If we go back to this chart, this is not going to top us out at the all-time high. No, but it is going to move very fast. Once we get to that point of us actually breaking out, it's going to be similar to the 2017-2018 bull run, where we do see these massive parabolic candles. And of course, are we going to go just to the all-time high and then retest again? No. We are going much higher. And that's why I say be careful about the $10 plus range. And XLM, like I said, could also do some parabolic moves if it really if most does allow it, right? Because check this out. XLM price also shows a bullish outlook as it forms a cup and handle on the weekly chart. If it does do this massive move that a lot of people are expecting, then we could be expecting 1,830% upward momentum, to pretty much 71 cents reveals a theoretical target at $13.78, which would be crazy. Now that is adding that 1830 to the 71 centile range, which we did pretty much top out at during, this bull run. Let's look at it. So here's that pretty much fractal level. It actually is technically 80 cents on this chart, but we could just say 71 here, which is that main focus point target that they're talking about. Now, if we did do that percent move to about $13.78, I would say realistically on XRP, we would have to be much higher. And the reason why I'm saying that is because, like I said, these two move very closely together. So if we're looking at an 1,830% run on, say for so XLM, we're talking much higher, fractal levels for XRP and price targets for XRP, up beyond what we've actually set in stone for some of these targets. But this also plays into the idea on the $25 range for XRP, which is around the $25 to $28 range realistically. But I don't think that this is going to happen, just so you guys know. I think we still have a lot more to play into this. But again, this would be about a 2,000% run. Again, like I said, XLM lags behind XRP a little bit. Now, here's that $28 range up here, just so you guys know, just to give you guys a little bit of an insight. This would be a 2,200% of an increase in price. Like I said, anything is possible if we're looking at XRP doing this. Right now, at our current all-time high, which is about $3.84, if we did a 5x from that $3.84, we would be at about $19.20. If we did about an 8x, which when we're looking at most of the assets in this space doing these massive parabolic moves like Solana and so forth, I don't see an 8x being too unrealistic from the current all-time high, bringing us to about $30.72. But I'm more so dead set on $10 to $15 being conservative. Like I said, I don't want anybody to miss out on gains because you're getting shilled hopium. I still think $10 to $15 is our main target point. So, anything is possible. I just wouldn't play into, article hope like this because this, XLM going to $13.78. I don't know. I'm just not seeing it. But like I said, I've always said $5 to $10 for XLM, and this isn't too far off from that point. So who knows? The sky is the limit for a lot of these assets. But I will say this: whatever XRP does, like I said, going back to this price chart, and if we look back in time, this percent move here from that bottom candle to the top was about a 1,585% move. If we're looking back on XLM, off of that bottom candle here, so something like around the November 13th price point to this high here, the percent moves are a lot higher because of the price being more or lower here, because this is going off of pretty much 2 cents to almost $1, but this is a 3,173% of an increase in price. So I don't know. This could get very interesting very fast if we're talking about these nice percent runs. But if we're looking at Bitcoin, because we have to watch with Bitcoin a lot, if we're talking about Bitcoin going to possibly $120,000 by the end of this bull run, which would be the topping point, if we do see that, then we could see some higher targets. But if we are leaning towards, a $75,000 to $85,000 Bitcoin, some of these targets do get invalidated. So we have to watch the trading principles and the indicators overall. But I will say this: I'm very, very excited for what XRP and XLM is about to show us, because we will repeat this nice 2017-2018 pattern where we do start to break out in November and December. So with that being said, I hope that you all enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on. If you guys don't want free content, you guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. As always, I hope that you all have a beautiful day or a beautiful night, wherever you guys are, and just beautiful with this with Nick. Peace out, guys.